How's it going, guys? My name's Anthony Gray. Welcome to my YouTube channel. As you can see, I put a name on it. I think it's like Grayscale or something like that. A play on my last name. I want to talk about painting mist or clouds. Mainly mist. Alright. I'm going to use, there's so many different ways to achieve this. I'm going to use a number 12 flat acrylic brush. Alright. I'm going to put some mist all in here. Come up through here because I don't want this little stain up in here. And have it go behind the mountain. So it'll show through here. Cover this up. Go behind the mountain. And then I'm going to do what's called a well, I'm going to half load the brush. I'll show you how that goes. And I'm going to do the front. Alright. Now, when you want to do mist, alright, I would recommend really transparent white. I'm using titanium white. And just a very, very, very tiny bit of phthalo blue. You can use whatever blue that you can find available. It's just phthalo blue is so powerful. You just need maybe, if you can get like 2 hairs of blue into the paint. You just want to tint the white. Okay. Now you hear me tapping away. I'm just tapping all the excess paint off of this brush. And with a very light hand, okay, you're just gonna use the flat side of the brush. Okay, just the flat side here. And you will gently, just like almost like you're coloring. You're just gonna rub it on here. Now I'm working with Bristol board. It has no tooth at all. It's just paper. But I do my ink drawings on. Okay. And the good thing about dry brushing is you can put on as much or as little as needed to achieve the effect that you want. And I'm gonna just keep it moving here. I want it to give it a little bit of opacity, but not so much where it covers up everything. That's what you don't want. You don't want it too opaque. Okay, like I said, I'm just going to add a touch of blue to it because I need that separation when I add the mist for the preceding mountain ahead of it. Okay. And you need a little bit of it to be opaque so you can tell that there's something by there. Alright. No medium is used at all. Just regular raw, dry acrylic paint. I'm going to keep it going. This is basically it. It can be time consuming considering how much mist or fog that you want on the surrounding mountains or what have you. Alright. It's just me tapping it in and rubbing. Now I'm not rubbing more into the blue because there's blue, like I say, already on this thing. And you really don't need too much. Like I said, I'm covering up some of this stain. Have it go down here. Cover up some of that edge of the mountain. I might want a little streak of opaque somewhere in here. Your eyes will naturally travel to it. You'll notice it back there. What's something like that? Okay. You'll, as you see, your eyes will naturally trail to where it is. Okay. I may want to put a little more, just a little touch of blue. Just down here on the bottom a little bit. not too much. It's all in according to your taste, really. You can use a round, a flat, a bright, whatever you're comfortable with using. Alright. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. Something like that. Now I'm gonna rinse off my brush. I'm gonna use a wider brush for what I'm gonna do next. And that will be, and plus, when you dry brush, it's already dry. You know, you just rubbing it right on there. The more tooth you have in your paper, the more paint comes off. Okay. I am going to use a larger brush for what I'm going to show you next. Is I'm going to take the brush, I'm going to dip it in my water, but I'm not going to rinse it all out. I'm going to dip only the corner of the brush in the paint. Now there's water on this brush. All right. Take this off kind of a flat surface, and you're going to stroke back and forth. Okay. Because what you want to do is get that paint to fade in to the clear water. All right. That's all you want. Half clear water and half the white. Now watch what I'm going to do. The clear is going to be on the top, and the thick white will be toward the bottom. And I'm going to just go just like so. And do it again. And maybe a little bit up here. Now as it dries, you'll see the transition. But I wanted to have pure white. You see that little chalkiness to it adds to the mist. Alright. If I wanted a little heavier, I'm just dipping the whole thing into the to the water. Say if you want it heavier in spots, like here, maybe up around here. Just haphazard type of movements. Because I really want this in there to be covered a little bit. But something like that. And that's it. Maybe I want it a little stronger here. Now as that dries, I'm just going to use the corner of the brush. More paint. And in a circular motion. Just like so. I'm going to wipe off the brush a tad. And just lightly, very lightly, just fan it out a little bit. Very lightly. Of course I'm using a coarser brush, but that's fine. Right over the tape. Half on the tape, half on the paper. Just like so. And you let it dry. That's basically how you do it. You just keep playing with it. And when it totally dries, it's not dry yet. When it totally dries, you can add more, you can layer more on top of that, layer more on top of that. Alright. I'm going to take another brush, probably smoother, take a bristle brush. I'm going to find it, there we go. I like my little, not really a, excuse me, not really a bristle brush, but just a rougher brush. a little ratty a little bit. I'm going to go in a circular motion with this. I really want this part to be hidden a little more. Just pure titanium white, go in a circular motion. Because all you're doing is really building up the color. And I need more. You need more white, actually. Not this one. I kind of like the thick Grumbacher stuff, what I prefer. There we go. Now if you're unsure of how much paint you want on there, that's pretty much what the tape is for. See that? Just get a little bit off of it. And a very light touch. Now remember, this stuff is really opaque. You kind of want the sense of clouds anyway. Grab some out of there. Just go right on in here. Let's say basically I just wanted that dark area to cover it up a little bit. Go as light as possible. Tap away. Keep going. You can wipe away some of that paint on your tape. If you don't like a hard edge, just keep going in circles. There's still some in here I don't want there. Just like that. In spots. Pick and choose. Pick and choose. I may want some going past the mountain. Past this here. Like that. I don't want the edge so hard. Just mist it away. Rub it away. Just like so. Adds dimensionality to your work. Alright. Now with all of this haze and fluff that you got going on, your foreground will end up being pretty, depending on the color you choose, it'll be sharp, crisp, and it'll really stand out. Alright. I might want to, maybe a little bit here, a little fuzz up in here. Just a little bit. Now when I dip it in, I'm not dipping into all the pure heavy paint. I really don't want the fog to be too overpowering up around here. Okay. Just get some into the bristles. If you're not sure, go there. Down below. So you can pretty gauge what you're doing. I just don't want too much. I don't want it completely covered up back there. Just, just a little bit. Now you got a little bit of the half water, half paint. You got your thicker white that covers up some of the mountain here. You got your bluish white back here. You got your clouds in the background. All it takes is a little bit at a time. Just work at it. Don't try to rush it. Like I said, that's the thing about acrylic. It dries so fast. Okay. See, dries really fast. Like I say, there's also no medium to help slow down the drying time or anything. It's not needed when you're doing mist, fog, stuff like that. Okay. Now, with that said, I'm thinking about, well, what do I want to do with the foreground. I'll think about that as we continue this painting on. I really wanted to show you with the first step was the mountains. I really couldn't care less about the clouds. We'll work on the clouds on another tutorial. It was just something back there just to have back there. Mainly it was the mountains. How to get them done. Get it up the dark color. Always gotta have a dark color, alright. But keep your edges as sharp as you can. Very defined. Okay. The craggier and bumpier the better. Then you would take your highlight or your shadow color, depending on where your light source is coming from. And what I did with the palette knife, I think I did these with a palette knife. You know, you get a little roll of paint, and you go out the contour of the path that you want. It's just like you're stirring a car. Place it on there very lightly. As the paint breaks, that gives you the crevices and the cracks of the rock, and just keep going down. Same thing, that same stroke pattern. You can never ever do the mountain the same way. You might get the same shape, but the breaking up of the paint will make your mountain, even if it's the same shape, it'll look different every time. Alright, it's that type of unpredictability that makes these paintings so interesting. Same thing here, all the same. Just for starting out, best way to do it. You take your dark color and you go in the opposite direction. You're going this way. Take it and you're going this way. Right or left-handed, going that way. Alright. And if you get into the little tight spaces, and that's what that edge is for, and, you know, still going in the same direction. Alright, even in some of the snow parts, if you want a little shadow. Okay, you down here. That's all I was doing. And as you get used to it and doing these mountains more and more, because your main key, really for your mountains, you see this, that little sharp crease there? You got one here. Alright, you got one here. Every side, every triangle has one. Alright, you got two of them actually. You got the edge and then the one in the middle. Edge, 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 one in the middle. It's repetitive. Now that I've shown you how to do it, now you can see it. Okay. Edge, middle, edge, middle, edge, middle, edge, middle, edge, middle. You can do this forever. You can make peaks all over the place. It's all in how you think of the concept of making your mountain. Okay. Once again, edge, middle. Alright. So I hope this little 18-minute tutorial helps you out with the mountains, how to make varying degrees of mist and fog with your mountains. Adding a little blue or a little brown, whatever, to separate the coloration of them, which also adds to atmospheric perspective. Alright. It's a learning process. Just keep doing it. If you have to, look at the video again or whatever, look at it as many times as you want until you can understand it. If you don't understand it, write in the comments section, and I'll explain it to you, or try to make a video to simplify it a little bit more until you understand it. And you guys have a nice day, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye-bye.